and the ordinary Ghanaian. Papa we catch say you're citizens. I mean you're spectators. Today me be so. Sananado and some more can before coming into power. No. What reflecting what me tie no ho. Etime aka etie nsama what can ya ansa no ba power no. Otie bi de ye adwuma na. Oba na dokono eye 1 Ghana cedi. Wo bob na tie mu ka mu saa nga na kwata toto ma na o twe kalipu. Zata na kalipu ye say. Na ukura dokono e de ye campaign. Na ka che Ghana for timemufo ne say dokono 1 Ghana cedi ntimi to fuel ne boa ye den 14 Ghana cedi ntimi to. Ene fuel me ba ewie me to fuel no me fill me tank me twemu 1,800 and something. En kanisi kan 18 million. Akabe some pesos. Let's just say 1,900 Ghana. 19 million. 80 family twa 1 week kura na yede. Na asa. And yes, me capacity we are sure some survive. And show we nursing training. Ya post no. Ya de ne ko sahwe so. Ya de ne ko subire so. Ya de ne ko twabidi health center. Ya de ne ko manfo health center. And I de ne ko tepa government hospital. Or lekma. Anasa wo aye rich hospital. Why national service for 1 good year? You try to call 550 for 1 good year. But Jesus cano. I bet in a fee. Pay 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. And son year then ye push to no. And besides ye push to any pana. But bet to me a juma more than 1 good year. Now we need 1 month salary. The imagine say who near baby. Enemy sumo mo midwife for nene nurses no. Say who near baby. Ni ya de na kwato baby to say te pasubere su numa su'a. The Miami demo example. So on ye juma. 1 year you try no bosumi aketu akura wo. Why oba obese pieto. Bosumi so a obeto pad. Obeto atade ahye. Obeto ntuma afra. Obeto mpabo anso ayeden ahye. Obesiesie no obeye ni ti. Nti nana adoe. Se enye adwene bone ene awudie ene wo mutirimu a muye so wicked. Pada ema bosome eso a sebe wo munya wo menses a wo muni besiesi wo ho no wo be taxi bibia pada so wo de taxi beto so sansa na do o supporter a wo hye wo singlet a wo de hye watade ase wo mpabo a wo hye ani akonwa na wo kwa baabia sa eye bosom na makwaji o sa ye de na makwakwaji o ye so sa akonwa na de si Land Cruiser mu ema nipa baako etremo drive o ema bodyguard etremo guard sa akonwa me sa ye bosom na makwaji free bani kura de aba kamo nwene oma ema no so no bosom so munya menses no. And look at the people that we're talking about. Those in their teens. 13, 14, 15, 16. And kwa anu kwa bi wo ha. Wo munya 10 years kwa no ma ha say dey enyo mo menses. I'm speaking for the women. Because mama enawie. And so what the two beto bibia so a. Wapon krono amabo wo man we. Maji PDS. I mean 8 good man sika edie. Gabi mo. Wo de mo mpa yesa power men change. When nyina mo da so nam ho. Kitchen cabinet deals awodu amoye. National Cathedral deals awodu amaye emu asofo akoromfo agudifo asofo bia wo mu wom ewo di mienu ewo AK kwekwa diplomatic passport criminals calling themselves men of God. Fire burn them all. Criminals calling themselves men of God. The so-called the clergy. Some of them are very wicked people in our society. Very wicked. Very criminals and thieves. They call themselves men of God. But they are thieves. a to make kasa wa ha na kwa to Obama president or the height I was recently obi a wa Ghana ha ne ho afase obi a wa Ghana ha wo nyansa se obi a wa Ghana ha o kasa obi a to make kabi wo hunu obi a wa Ghana ha. But one day the table will turn. One day the table will turn. The table will turn here. And I'm moving where power lies. You people, you will see where power lies. The lives of Asante Bedia to Enko. Yeah, move free said when you to me. I mean the Attorney General, Mukasate said you more heaven. Full of themselves. The table will turn. And when the table turns, will be anyone by energy so big near free Ghana how. You never tell a guy near Bomaino. I'm sad. So akwada wa secondary school, akwada wa JHS. Wakwa top pad. Bosome so oba every month I was so top pad. Na top pad akwa kwesisi ni ho ene ya mafra wo mu wa eye JHS enuanam man ko ya wo fasefo nkuma wo mu tumi top pad. Etumi emphasis wo mu. Why? Are you not sad? Asema make en tacho. We a parent who fear na wutie me awie ya. And you may entacho. See a de tour ebeto a year pad so. I'm a speaker, whole speaker of parliament, Right Honorable Aban Bagwin. A cassava won't say it's too much. A day. A tour. Bibi a waje tour. Yaya kwa waje tour. Yesedi mama waje tour. Says carrying in I the mamoswa and some phone kwan and woody mutu and fanya you may be a my yakwa in ye and ube free amasamai about bedru a year of uncle. Now can't want to say will be a free galam say site never. Ade. You go to Kolebu. I mean, nothing seems to be working. Absolutely nothing. Bibi anya juma ewo. And we have a CEO sitting there. You're trying to cut ade. They are all useless. You're trying to cut at the end of the month. Go to the surgical ward. The lift there is not working. Go to Kolebu. I mean, the oxygen plant there is not functioning. Who is to be blamed? And you have people in power. Yeah, at the end of the month, you know, me no, you try a cut to your bosom, you know, your jejia, near the atopio to the Asananado, near the ato a year suit at the Asananado, no more say this and phone, actually, that point is. For playing, useless trips, move ya, and the culture say, Bank of Ghana and Kwa, or to me account for 60 billion Ghana cedis. They are useless. We no excuse. No, sorry. They are useless. When you're strong word, me need any description be a mama sanko fui. Womu ye tis, womu ya konfo ye wudi for. And some of my John Mahama home. Awa abrana John Mama wa bemuno. And where you konfo, where you're incompetent to. Wemo, womu di womu ye supertives. Supertives. Womu bokro no akasanka so womu de $1 so. And speaker air kasano. Na me wura ho. Say inti akwada. Wo secondary school na wo GHS. Yesi free SHS. Usumi bi obeto pad. Pad na ba ko yesi. Ebi ye 40 Ghana cedis. Ebi ye 30 Ghana cedis. Ebi ye 50 Ghana cedis. Ebi wo ha onyane menses ya. Ebe flow within 1 week. This obeto pad mako beye miensa. And betumi aso no obi wo ha be 2-3 hours bia also osesa no ti imagine say bosumi bia no so GHS because akwada no wonya 11-12 years ekona e say nkwala no 12-13 years no na che say ha se nya ne menses nti die be odo be tema ben e na mowo sisi da pa mo this can say mo pass no na nkwada e na ebre. Speaker of Parliament, Abamba Gwiyentio.
The captains of industry in Ghana, and we went through the details. So when we talk about the taxing, it's not only on the imports, but even what we produce locally. They tax the raw materials and they impose more taxes on them. So they were complaining about the cost of production. And to the extent that some of them have folded up and they are rather importing from some places and selling. So it's something that I take seriously about. Don't let's miss the point, because I will not tax a woman, my mother, for producing me. I don't support that at all. I don't support. So the state, the country should take this matter seriously. There are countries where it's for free. There are countries where a lot of the taxes have been removed. When we counted the taxes, they were about 15 or more on that product. That is an issue that I'm very, very passionate about. Yes, so you go on. It's just a guide to all of you, including the government. All governments that come, please, how much do we make from this taxation? How much? How much? We can do without it. There are other ways of taxing. We like taxing the poor. We are not taxing the rich. We have to think through this together.
Right, Honorable Speaker, Abamba Benyami Asumdwe and Count say Ade, me mami a woman so no. So about woman no, I was say taxing me as ana or so de my baby as it. Because Obano when yan menses I want to mean yen wow. And now do you be a kwasu nya donya tema because the men nyina ye ma. So tima pa se tema de. Na na do pese de bia no or tax ahiafo. Na nsem we nyina ekwaso nyina no. Honorable Afenyo Markins. Ifutu constituency mrase bedwani. Ono de say aban we na na do amamu no. Papa sene amamu bia under the Fourth Republic. Economy no se de na na do manage economy no bibia fine. Yetiesim hu ene semfo a Afenyo Markins waka.
That interest rates have declined since 2022 December. We know that the economy is certainly picking up. Mr. Speaker, the question is, this MPP government, whether we have done well to save the economy, that is the question. My answer is yes, we have. Because, Mr. Speaker, if you look at countries like Sri Lanka, Lebanon, Suriname, Zambia, Pakistan, El Salvador, Mr. Speaker, they could not survive the effect of COVID and the Russia-Ukraine war. Mr. Speaker.
Yeah. Shut up. Shut up. He is now comparing Ghana to Lebanon, Sri Lanka, and the rest. Did you hear him mentioning Rwanda, Togo, Burkina Faso, Liberia? I mean, countries now are surrounding your home with, you know, Lebanon, Sri Lanka, Umetinia survival. What about $2.3.8? What they call 12 UCM? I was saying, because I said, phone or motor or mokekano. And that small boy, look at him. Okay, say, you know, and yet when you Afenyo Markins full of himself, and yet when you very arrogant, and yet when you size 60-40 oh, the table will 10. Now in the response, no minority leader Nyansa 40, Bema Wofi Nyansa, on about to forcing, on no edit semi to 2 ja, the eco cocoa a year road contractors, a year cocoa, a year bond holders. Any keka lances buying companies, any fertilizer who some okaya eba down ebe kan bibi fra GMPC hu eka wo de ECG ka wo de Gihok baby a Kofijima ewe eka wo de Buffer stock eka wo de Ghana airport abrante na wide down ho weather a forecaster oso an wodro do niema onante se obi a ye fa ne to no onante a ate said ye ne na chiri enka form no o she braces no aba betene TV no so e benada ne yawada o kasa me say sebe ye fa ne to into the 19 ka form na o cheche ne ma me de me mo mu di o awa Ghana airport o nyina se edeka Christmas tree for no o mo nyina edeka ye kote honorable Kesila to force minority leader.
almighty Bank of Ghana is now bankrupt with a negative equity of 55.1 billion and counting. That will require taxpayers to recapitalize it. Again, Mr. Speaker, who would have thought the once prestigious Ghana Cocoa Board will today be bankrupt to the extent that they can't repay their debt. Ghana Cocoa Board, they cannot even pay cocoa bond holders. They cannot pay their cocoa road contractors. The Cocoa Board today cannot even pay license buying companies, LBCs. Cocoa Board, they are struggling to pay fertilizer supplies. Mr. Speaker, the MPP administration have successfully meddled the financial health of almost all our state-owned enterprises. For example, Mr. Speaker, JNPC, Yamutu, GRA Group, Yamutu, ECG, Yamutu, GIPOC, Yamutu, NETCO, Yamutu, GRIDCO, Yamutu, Buffer Stocks, Yamutu, Ghana Publishing Company, Yamutu, Ghana Railways, Yamutu, STC, Yamutu, Ghana Airport Company, Yamutu. So, Speaker, almost all state enterprises are gone. So, Speaker, that is where we are. So, Speaker, so Mr. Minister, this is your scorecard. This is the scorecard of the President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, and Mr. Strategist, our Vice President.
Yes, I need buy a phone on our book as Lato for a minority leader and a Motine can we na aya me bra aya Honorable Haruna Idrisu was a muga me wada minu ya meso me wa parliament ya bi Honorable Haruna Idrisu tamali fuoti me dear tina nisa meso me kasa abai we eba ye chese eniema nko yie kura now domestic debt 31 billion and in keka ho China commercial creditors and in keka ho bilateral creditors, we are just reminded this is a Honorable Haruna Idrisu.
The essence of a mid-year review budget is to listen to the stakeholders. And the stakeholders are saying that we expected revision of taxes and that government will do away with a number of taxes, particularly the COVID tax. COVID has since stopped in 2020. Why are you still taxing Ghanaians? Because, Mr. Speaker, every tax operates as a cost to business, and that affects their profitability, and that affects how they create jobs. This government, in 2017 January, President Akufo-Addo stood here and said colossal John Dramani Mahama NDC debt of 120 billion. Today, I'm looking for a better English word, better than colossal. The debt is 575 billion, not 120. What have you used the money for? And when the minister said that we have turned the corner towards a ditch, Ghana has not concluded its negotiation with external creditors on our debt, which is around $31 billion. And Mr. Speaker, for bilateral creditors, government of Ghana owes 5.6 billion. China $1.9 billion, and then commercial creditors 6 billion, including those of Eurobond. The domestic debt, even though they are saying it's around $28 billion, I have $31 billion. So, Mr. Speaker, if you have not concluded your external debt restructuring, how do you say you have turned the corner? It simply means that it's premature and over-ambitious to think. The minister thinks that end of September, Ghana will be out of the woods. Even the first quarter of next year will still be problematic for us.
They say fellow Ghanaians, and I don't care him. This is what I should hear COVID tax. Oh, sometimes what I say, I would do what you say. Say, Yaria, a buy, and ye Ghana, Kwan, a buyer. Mamma would do na should be see you. Nancy, as you try home to. Nancy, woman, pa, any day. Nana do match a DNT and Nancy womuti a basically or say it to your COVID tax. For Boqua, Necosro, for Boqua, Necosro. And then Oko Frele Land Cruiser, Utia almost 2,000 Ghana cedis. Ade. Ofele Tanka, Utia almost 2,000 Ghana cedis. Ade. And the Ecosun, Nana do Nimferio, could the ECOWAS leaders, Rechi, Sunibunen and Crawford. Ya omono ensema woma omo yeku no kudi tat for no ensema omo dia tudwa na se woni ensese ka kire wo echeche niema mu ekwan a African leaders na adomo Alassane Ouattara mo enema a omo kwosensɛmfo a omo di ɛwɔ bibimam ha West Africa ha no enya asɛm ketewa me de me pese wotie omo a omo ye cool no amanone nsɛm na me ka kyerɛ wo yo nsɛm a omo di atodwa ɛne kokɔbɔ a omo di ama ɛyɛ ECOWAS yentie bi.
But I have a concern. Before setting up a unit or anti-coup d'etat unit in ECOWAS, isn't it time that the African head of states or the ECOWAS head of states look into the reason why there are coup d'etats? What are the root causes of coup d'etats? Let them put their house in order first before they set up an anti-coup d'etat unit. Let them put their house in order. And I believe their house is not in order. This unit is set up to defend them and to protect them only, nobody else. What is more coup d'etat than your national constitution gives you 2-term limit, 5 years, 2 terms. After serving 10 years, you want to change the constitution for another term. Is that not a coup d'etat? Because you feel you have the powers to do that. The soldiers have the powers to coup d'etat. That is also another coup d'etat. And they are living with them there. They are there. In the name of civilian, putting on Mõţ clothes, calling yourself a Democrat, when you loot all the resources of your country, mislead people, torture them, imprison them, burn their businesses to us, and you call that a democracy? Or a civilian rule and an illegally elected government? The leaders must stop lying to their electorate first. They must stop the corruption. They must stop looting our resources. They must understand that they are not a better citizen than anybody. They are given a responsibility, a role to play to help develop the countries and make sure that there is peace and tranquility and respect the constitution of the country. But this is not happening. Example is this government. This government has lied to people in 2016 that they are going only for 3 years. Was that not a lie? Who asked them to tell people that we are going for 3 years? Were they forced to say that? They went around the whole country, lied to everyone. When the people started reminding them, this is what you promised us, they threw tear gas on them. And the president is bragging, yes, when I threw tear gas in them, they never came back. Does that not anger the citizens? You throw tear gas on your people. Some of them are wounded and you stand out there and bragging that I throw them a tear gas. They never come back. That alone can anger the citizens. You promised the people you will have a security sector reform. It's never happening. The civil service sector reform is never happening. The Ghana Commission was violated before the end of the Commission. When you take all the assets of the former president, and now you are busy buying assets, your days are coming. I thought they should have learned, or they could have learned from this. Unfortunately, they are not learning. So before you create a unit to go against any attempt of coup d'etat, put your house in order. Stop lying to your electorate. Stop lying to your citizens. Stop looting the resources of your country. Stop corruption in your country. And then you can talk about anti-coup d'etat. when Alpha Condé was killing his people in Guinea. After serving 10 years, he said it was not enough. I want to serve another term. During the process, so many Guineans were killed. And I did not hear any ECOWAS going there or condemning him. You know why? Because Guinea was too big for them, or Alpha was dancing to their tune. Because I think that was why the small Gambia was surrounded all sides by soldiers and guns in 2016. Because Gambia was small, or Gambia is a small country, and Jammeh was not dancing to their tune. After the presidential election in Guinea, more than 300 Guineans were butchered, killed. No ECOWAS condemned him. No African Union condemned him. Instead, they pick up their phones and say, Monsieur le Président, félicitations, congratulations. That is the fair game that is happening in Africa. They can condemn Mali. They can condemn Guinea. They are soldiers. But the one in Chad, who has been given a red carpet to the African Union, was never condemned, and he's a soldier too. He's a soldier. They can give him a red carpet to the African Union. But the other soldiers are condemned for their attempt or for their act. Where is the fairness in ECOWAS or in the African Union? They are not representing us. I believe they are representing themselves. So we are calling them to remember that power belongs to the people. Alassane Ouattara knows how he came into power with Gbagbo. He knows. But he finished his 10-year term. He changed the constitution for another term. They are there with him. Nobody condemns him. They are not there to condemn him because he's dancing to their tune. So I'm calling on ECOWAS to do the right thing. We young Africans, we are here watching, and we fear nothing.
Acid delivery, calling on the ECOWAS to do the right thing. Calling on the ECOWAS to do the right thing. Wakasa. Waso mo enemies of progress. Nana domo. Mo Madam Foni Alassane Ouattara. Constitution obeto ye no. Enam eye greediness. Pesemi kuminya family and friends. The time so ye no. We change constitution e say the bill between ayede akobi maka ho. Alpha Condé e wo eye Guinea. Nana do adam for pa ne yenko brebo. Nana do ni ne gina ha na oda ne mfimfin. ECOWAS fo no ko ba bia na nana do gina. We say munyina mo ho. Ne bi bisa me say muga Nana do Kobiana, Nana do Kobiana, o Kobi. No, yes, ya the answer point is when ye the president no. Was say bibia or mine. No one are you going to take me there?
Oh, any day be our beba a powers be.
Fantastic, fantastic. Bibia.
Yes, it's a game, wildlife, and
game. Okay, most
game and a wildlife.
Fantastic.
Yes, and almost as they've introduced aqua safari.
Oh, great. Great. Very well. And at the answer, every Nessa Avan Muga, Amisha saying, Kata se project near share kuditata woodwa, air cost your cuckoo, and then summer. One in a free ECOWAS, and Niger for so come my dear, Mali for come dear, Burkina come dear, and Guinea so come dear. Na, I just say Macron so akasa. Say, Omo, Abakwa to me no at the Amaomo. I mean, to say Putin so I can be the idea. And here in you, Yakwai, you may be on the best I say free. Put me buffer baby. I'll be for Yanko. What be
Dedica venture what you for. Na menka said the ekoso ewa ene ya hwefo. Okay, yes, because radio na TV. I said we had the ekoso Africa na mobo but I reflected the state of affairs. Kwanya Nema Afaswa a play out in the sub-region. Clearly, economically, you know, Nipo Mote Africa no welfare no are very poor. And unlike those days, now a man for feeling comfortable. So Southern Africa there standard na near certain information and available. But we've got into an era. Information flow through mobile phone, and with a click of the button, no, you have access to information. So people are gradually getting enlightened, a more understanding of politics, no, shifted. So it is not as if say those who capture political power, no, or mine or more dear, and they can use it to do whatever that they want. People are coming to the realization say everybody, our stake, our minum. The welfare no kwanya befa so a play out to be so citizenry at any point in time must benefit. But unfortunately, so we had the kind of politics I play our Africa ha. Me catch say poverty abaye deliberate political tour ye de nam rendering a man for poor. And a few individuals no mutimi capture political power no live large at the expense of the majority of the people. And we've got into a time with this realization, you know, people have become conscious and they've realized say abino ye near mana say enye the only option that they have is say you be to abino free ho, and it endangers everything in Africa because our kuwa esifa kwa ye fra de be bushfire effect. It happened in one country and also have countries in a cool necessity so now if we have not spread it to the next nation. So the question will be able to be say so organization bit say ECOWAS Niamana e prevail a coup d'etat no see no adentina will make effort you go into the country to ensure say you solve those problems, you know. By a transiana assembly we are, then they move in threatening people say one returning to your civilian rule. ECOWAS the power to media force a country to return a brother ya capture political power and the because me free said then come to me here and it's an internal mechanism, the internal factors now a play out or a give rise to the many military incursions now across Africa hano and I think more attention echo. But these people are by a team of old jokers be Mugabe. So recently I didn't see Cote d'Ivoire kwanya yefa Alassane Ouattara fa so betina komia no so
free back ho no
wodim say oba no amanfo koma no ema there was this understanding say ombra metwa just one term now on transition for power move because of the age oba no this man was able to manipulate the constitution as a son now to the stand say wako 2 terms na we asia kwa another third term. This person is recognized by the same ECOWAS. Knowing very well say constitutional way na ewo ho no wa truncate atwatwe ba bi no no ade ne pe na eya adwuma abra ku esi ogini no delegation na yesoma omo say omonko impress on your friend say dombo ya na waye ku no say ba ya return to civilian rule no that man was part of the delegation unye joker we will do this and nipa no take you serious. That is why some of the coup makers in now becoming emboldened and they are threatening say ECOWAS EPA on famra me also to the sense that some are also threatening even foreign influence because most of them have gone to the extent of hiring mercenaries like the Russian Wagner your friends a mercenary group no more operating in Africa no yes also ammunitions ne your friends other military help from them so they feel emboldened say on my backyard there is nowhere ECOWAS and anybody can come. So with such a other countries can just take a clue because we are cool now. And among them is a rank. They can trade among themselves. ECOWAS the blockade be a in terms of economical around them. So the Ankaba here says, so we have near my cost within the sub-region, especially corruption. Abaye key way, drive all these things. Time. And no man for because like I said, people have become awakened. And Sauba Chrome have, for instance, for quite some time now, corruption at you expect to send institutions of state a bit empower more to take up issues of corruption. Nani panel by another punishing no. Your president in foreign institutions, you have more than weaken almost all the state institutions. As somebody a investigation, when a president sorry, Nano Cecilia the passer by president letter the buyer, giving assurance that the woman will be cleared. So what will be the essence of any investigation? 3 days after, one who say Attorney General there, your friend saying or advising the police investigation on how they should proceed. Social content in Nema Ochra, the Omoye say they are diverting attention from the woman to a different person because they are telling us Sikana Yabobo Bodini none of them na owner of that money has been established. So they are calling on the police to look for the owners, distancing the woman at the center of this whole controversy, from the issue. So at the end of the day, what will be the motivation for Obi Otin Chaya? Oh yes, I never we say, or mine and be woman. Secretary Shebi Banasa de Bihuko Shema and Sunsan Swabe Hamame. State institutions who are supposed to ensure say we take up these issues, prosecute. I manipa anyahuto so say institution of state, will not sit aloof and allow some of these things to go. All these institutions seen abaye enabling institution and motivating a man for to commit corruption, to engage in corruption. Auditor General and some of the bar, near Afenyo Boagu, Attorney General, or her, or the lesson called making sure say all prosecutor amount for on behalf of the state, What's the Yatikroma? Abra COVID-19 report, Auditor General didn't report by, you saw the kind of confrontation or go in with the AG because you're publishing the statement out. He was not interested in the damn report, but Ghana Sikana Kwakodimno, nobody was interested. Al Jazeera case here by recently, President Diu Wawa Unipa. Alista Matthias, a board president did say yes, it's gold over 40 to $50 million every year, every month, every chrome hakono. Nanka you expect to say and can pay attention to the amount of money involved. And then usiabontia poverty abaye adia. That is the easiest thing you can find. To the extent that Ghana, even vaccines the crana, yadebe cry like BCG, polio, those things, We need to beg Nigeria. That is the extent of Ghana Babedru and the Ghana economy we are sitting here waiting for IMF for redemption. So your friends, a Bank of Ghana, an institution that is supposed to offer financial oversight where obetimia regulating institution no at the come institution last year only for 1.2 billion and they are telling us that neka ay 60 billion Ghana cedis. So all these institutions in this consequences be any baby. So at the end of the day, the question you should be asking yourselves near breaks it be go ama corruption and if I free ba such way a be any and a open but endanger the prospect of our democracy. And Ghana is not immune from coup d'etat. But only say Ghana for a very cautious. But near mana a man for your coup, no Ghana be do your chum. Because there is no economy in our site. We've gotten to a point that as you make us say, even yeah, service a debt. When I want to say you tiano crown, you're suspending the intimate economy no have. And consistently, so in the face of it, you expect president so but show renewed some kind of energy be say forcing state institution to go into those things. Now you punish a man for no assemble bar within the media na best circles. You have few individuals within now assemble no man crime mechanic no assemble now people are already in the media. Yeah, come on. What I say? So I know the day motivation by adia by na say nipa nkuna esuro ema nipa nya ohun say me bo oman no kro no say ne besi. So Mugabe dey akokɔ say yam pamode amfa ye na nsi baabi. Na ya make sure say state institutions will work. And make sure say aban no be man botaye ne niam bi e be sha kire. Na ba ni sa nhwehwa ni mu adwuma na kisi agya aban ni nkrofo no mo ye na. We will get nowhere because this same kisi agya aban a wafa issue ya onama o ye ho investigation. You see that is a joke on the part of these guys because asem no court no enye no 2022 na asem no court and this enka Chronicle newspaper na amfa asem na ma and nka kiseja ben onyante ye na sa watia anasa onti ya intelligence or the year adwuma okroma na sa wontimi mpeke asem free court na usomfa so ne san and amount of money over $1 million egu ba for them. And people are trying to assign all sort of reasons at the point that Ghana Sikao a foreign currency and say we have a special regulations regulating foreign money because at any point in time as a Bank of Ghana who amount of dollars in circulation so you found wooden box with them And again, we are to declare source. Yes, such nonsense of a narrative, and people are just trying to push through our necks. The question is, taxes so such nonsense of a narrative, people should just push it away. Now, government ensure some real commitment is there. Issues of corruption, but because elsewhere people have gone to jail for far lesser reasons. South Korea, President Ankasa Krakoda jail. Yantiana Brazil for the president at Assembly Nokoto prison. South Africa. Because of corruption. South Africa, Ramaphosa, at some point in time. So the question is, Adentina Yede Mrana Okromano, a dear here for. A deal be a position, but the Abaimum Crow for a yenim on daily basis. Yenim said naked corruption involvement, ye bo mudin in Asefo, a 7 bar, not special prosecutor Dimrika file press conference, Rocky Kansem, a see no, nothing happens again because we can recount the number of cases here. Ordinance Aqua Kosuma Besin there, Omfa Obianco court to home. So the seriousness na yen show, not the impunity air driving the system, no, and then Amayanya care for a man for a predicted say, we may lose our democracy because that is all that we have. Over the years that we've been trying to say the Fourth Republic, we be to me because democracy and your crowd there to me but yet me and danger in this particular manner. You never sit on the wrong side of our mouth.
Fantastic from my good brother Ivan Innocent
Nana Akufo-Addo ECOWAS chairman, and he was supposed to be superintendent over ECOWAS conventions or my rules or my set to govern the West African community. Ghana violated ECOWAS conventions by going in for a new voter registration, new voter register prior to 2020 general elections against ECOWAS' own assertion. And as a convention say, a new crime say any country should alter a major electoral change in less than 6 months to elections. It happened in Ghana. I'm starting from this point to support what you said earlier on. Say, we are swimming in situations that are ripe for these several coup d'etats that are happening in West Africa. Our current ECOWAS chairman is your friend saying Tinubu, Nigeria president. He is coming to be the president of Nigeria. No, was it no more than a coup d'etat? This was a country. Happenings in the country prior to the general elections they showed that na Tinubu Tinubu. We saw the dramatic effort INEC nena sefo ya kuchu yehu ya ne se Tinubu adane president in Nigeria. Issues that went to court, the drama that unfolded, the conduct of judges, and all those things, it didn't augur well. I have taken a careful look at our current composition of head of states across West Africa, to be specific. They are just a bunch of jokers. Because that is what is giving, proper and fertile grounds for these coups. And Mugabe, all these coups are here. Currently, we have about 5 military regimes in Africa. 4 of them is in West Africa. Out of these 4 coup d'etats in West Africa, Mali, Guinea, Niger, Burkina, and Niger, none of them suffered to stage that coup. Just within a twinkle of an eye, Oma succeeded. It tells you something. And look at the euphoria, Yanko Guinea, when Damboya succeeded in his coup d'etat. Within a twinkle of an eye, no Adane, a hero in his country. Look at Burkina, a 35-year-old young army officer. Today, the lives of Thomas Sankara and the rest. How did we get there? We got there because leaders na wono omatsena timemufuo so to the extent that nobody is just breathing well now. Into the least break, everybody is comfortable. And now no much change the constitution. It happened no more because at that time or they say Ivory Coast nipe Ouattara Esesa constitution no na also twisted the hands of electoral commission NDC to the back. Say ono so ye de ope inti who was going to talk for who. That's why we have ourselves in this messy situation. And you see, like you said, Obia Mompaye said we should find ourselves in that situation. But now, about a week ago, or the same defense minister, Nitiwol, or Kasim Binana Hoya Mesre, or say the Ghana armed forces are more enlightened to engage in coup d'etat. Obian Kase Ghana armed forces enkoye coup d'etat. But that is not also to suggest say is because their army were not enlightened. Those coup d'etats. At a point, we must sit as West Africans and as Africans in general. The way your leaders know any no. And now yet Ghana has say, Muga, I don't know whether you have taken notice of what is happening. Suicide cases have increased.
Yeah. Police killing.
And they say, na me kind story be a university, MSK University. Or mabo or most students be a basso. And you know why they did that? They did that because those students were able to prevent 3 suicide cases at Tech Campus. Students are yadi o mako school so moko suya there no. Like until they are ready to even end it all. That is how bad our situation has become. And nobody is laughing. And the worst of it, baby, I mean, the say one thing apart from this economic issues, corruption related issues, timid coup d'etat ebano. One other rife areas, timid coup d'etat ban say when the government is manipulating state institutions.
Say baby,
in this country, look at our judicial system. Say, Oma say and call masem into obvious room. Unya kaya, yes, a contempt, yachawaka kutum, near and all those judges at him, and he dead them. I get in the point. Look at what is happening in with our judicial system. It's very terrible. Like opposition for any ordinary Ghanaians, no more they can't talk. But oya by munipa. Whatever that you want is at will and you can do it.
Mugabe, who says, what's your my say economic prospect look quite bleak. Now, far any hope and spy will be an new sem and koye. That is the point, and our best petty leadership. So, me, I show some emotional intelligence and a physical intelligence. Or more Cassan and Yamon Sabi bet me navigate who through this stormy situation are way. Because I say a comedy nipa, okay, a nibraba. But the situation are your mean now share the impunity with which state institutions are operating. Your law, no, you're setting aside and are more creating a boundless place for them and they're operating within that particular remit. So, we heard in some about Bank of Ghana, a kakeseya ye kamwasemia. So, we have more report to Numo Abana. Last year, between January to June, within a period of 6 months, na Addison Quatna Bank of Ghana printed 22 billion Ghana cedis. They are printing in that Ghana, Ebaya ye kamwasem and kanhu. You know very well that this is against our laws. To me print sika and co-finance government activities as amount of money. No, about more than 5% of previous years in revenue. But exactly. Bank if as a parliament, I'm making effort. Senka umbra my yembisana semnokra enokrano and so we see as one of the measures of Modia Babonti going forward. Almost say going forward, you know, almost zero budget financing. And dear Barney saying Anna ultimately go beyond in the way Bank of Ghana na institution or because or no and a institution was say a man for bank. A month men running into what lances Aguno, a man for Numa as saying over 53,000 Ghanaians elusu Munuma bank no a man for Sika womb besin there in state 53,000 people elusu jobs. Obi a bank manager we are not to preko el kwan. That is the state of push room. But another the same person is bold enough to tell us, bank, abokasi stay billion, no reasons, idea or no ankasa because a Juma ni 2 million and all finance the central government against the laws of this country. So that's a state institution to me go into that particular extent. Now we look around like institution like the electoral commission. Mami oti we menya so say wada so dey da say ade a oti animu ni state institution. Wa fa say personal property bi a or dey ya the ope. So at the point she is supposed to engage stakeholders, electoral process in the stakeholders room, political parties, other way, respect the crowd more when it comes to decision making in Nasafono, Ninano, Yatias in Chang, and I will be a the ope. So state institution no be use institutional discretion. They say use individual way, and there's a young who say, Sanya Maninano endanger the very foundation of our democracy. And no, and a man 40 baby, anti me. I want to mention so ya. Eji omunsem no because said that now ya can say omo mu yaku ni soja for na se bi enyansa no mu ni o. Sometimes niam no ejifri wunsem. Na no na me catch up so ko Sudan na nipa no mo so mo ye rebels na se for no some are doctors, some are engineers, some are professors na se for no but enam say system no didi omo niam mo koduru abia ko hu say there is no way this particular system no can give them justice. There is no way they can get even no, then they resort to revulsion. Your friends say this kind of revolt hu ombe gina no money state na DSA. That is the point I need say yehu. Anti democracy na yes yete ho no. This is the point in time and president over the years. What TM say on there? Yes, a human rights activist. Deben Akufo-Addo TM so president edi. Na ya mubi no munyan wo yen. Hoping senka or the papa bi ba, but deliberately no. Wa bomb modern hwehwan your institutions nyina sit to the sense say minor institutions no nya adwuma biem. They are operating at the behest of some individuals. Obufri said your person moye and no moye. And the Ghana no ene. The whole Ghana no yina yet tenterhooks. If you are not careful, obedati wenina yes asemasi. But nipa no motwa ho ahia moral pay status ya sofo ni mpanimfo ya mo hu de ekoi obi aka na no atomo e na yete ho na yekoye nim. Na Mugabe se niam gi twitwiri
ata bi free Council of State waba efa appointment of apia hene. Is it?
Okay.
Yes. Almost all my young bibia in ye.
Now, clearly, you see, sa appointment, you know. We say because especially in this era, the person is a political party exposed person. The ties in the videos are all over. This is a sensitive state institution. At the end of the day, all call referee elections, and the Ghana in the future, you know. So somebody who is politically exposed now with the election, but because of those people, no neutrality, any of party, you know, people will not agree. Right. The same way Jemensa Iron Home, what I say. So the last place any person will attempt, so when your mamboya for one for be a political party exposed person, I'm quite easy.